So throw your hands up and fill the next cup. Let's get this started again, 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 again. Me and my whole crew, we live with no rules. Let's get this started again, again. So if you feel like me too, there's only one thing to do. Let's go. Pay down, call the taxi cab. Got a case in the fridge and a bottle at the crib. Let's all get twisted, double fisting, drink up, no resisting. Let's get this started again. Let's get this started again. Let's get this started again.
What's up everyone, this is your boy, and that's Racing 42, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome everyone to Phoenix International Raceway, for race number 25 on the season, for season number 2 of the NIRA Red Bull Cup Series, and it is the penultimate race of season number 2, the final race of the round of 8, and after 63 laps here at Phoenix, we will know of who the final 4 will be next week, and that will have a shot at the championship at Homestead, Miami. It is the DeWALT 500, and these guys are ready to go racing for the 25th time on the season. Last time out at Chicagoland, it was Diego Lopez getting his second win on the season in a pretty good race at that mile and a half, and now we are here for the final time of season 2 to race on the mile-long Phoenix Raceway. So coming into race number 25 and race number 9 on the chase here is the point standings coming into going into this race. Rajway has a 15-point advantage over the cutoff line. Quinton Moore is 7 points to the good. Christian Russell is 6 points to the good, and the Josh South is only 2 points to the good. Bobby Frazier is 2 points out. Matthew Alvin and Zach Gallardo are 18 points out, and then Angel Movera is 20 points out. So for these drivers that are in to the Final Four right now and that are outside of the Final Four, they have to just survive this race, because who knows, we could get a couple cautions. This race is always pretty wild here at Phoenix. So with that being said, let's get these engines fired for race number 25 on the season and for the DeWALT 500 here at Phoenix Raceway.
Drivers, start your engines!
And all 40 cars will get more to life here at Phoenix for race number 25 on the season, and the last race before the finale at Homestead, Miami Speedway. So, the top 10 is going to be Carlos Friesen and Roger Ray, William Block and Mark Davidson, Ryan Kendall and Mary Hagan, Noah Clifton and Patrick Smith, who won the spring race here, and then rounding out the top 10 is Colton Yo and Elijah Gordon. Make sure that everyone is still rolling, and they are. So like I said, 63 laps, 63 miles, and this is the last race before the finale at Homestead. Who will make it to the Final Four? We're going to find out. Green flag in the DeWALT 500 at Phoenix. William Block will lead that number 1. Carl Friesen did not get a good jump at all on the restart, and he is still losing spots in that number 19. But William Block made it 3 wide into number 1, and he is out front here at Phoenix. Ryan Kendall now looking to take second away from Mark Davidson, and here comes Noah Clifton in the double zero as well. Highest chasing right now is Roger White in the number 78. Contact between the 43 and the 99. But right now is all William Block, a breakout leader for this number 88 team, and he is looking to get yet another win on the season. Ryan Kendall, he got his first career win at Minneapolis this year. He would like to have a second year, and no, Clifton, he's trying to still get that first career win in the Rebel Cup Series. And here comes Roger away. He's on the inside lane now in the number 78. And he has help from the Spring Phoenix from Pat Smith as well in the number 10. Remember, if one of the 8 chasers wins this race, they will punch their ticket to Homestead, Miami. But it's been, I think, 4 or 5 races since a chaser has won. So, pretty much a chaser has not won since the round of 12 finale. Well, the round of 16 finale. But Ryan Kendall now out front in the number 4 for Stuart Haas Racing. Pretty much, looking through the rest of the field, clean and green so far here at Phoenix. Mark Davidson trying to take second away from William Block in the number 88. And right now Angel O'Vale is last place and our most recent winner in the Rebel Cup Series as well. Starring, well, he's in the back right now as well. But right now these guys are doing slide jobs and everything. Mark Davidson still can't quite get by William Block in the number 88. And here comes Hagen to the inside of William Block. But now Mark Davidson with a massive 1 in 3 and 4, and he's gonna go to the race lead. No, never mind. I thought he was gonna go for the race lead, but he got a terrible exit. Mark Davidson though got a massive 1 in 1 and 2, and he's gonna take it. Clean and green so far. 9 laps in to the DeWALT 500. Still battle for the race lead between Mark Davidson and Ryan Kendall. And the highest chaser is still Roger White in the number 78. But how about Elijah Gordon? He started inside the top 10. And right now, he's still inside the top 10 and 10th place, filling in for James Mellison for these last 3 races on the season. But it's still Ryan Kendall in the number 4 out front here at Phoenix. But Mark Davidson, he's trying really hard to catch up to that number 4 and pass him. But Larry Hagan, he wants to actually earn a win. He won at Talladega in the Rebel Cup Series, the second Talladega. But he would love to get his second win on the season and the win here at Phoenix. But Ryan Kendall, that's about the 4th or 5th time that Mark Davidson has tried well, is trying to pass for the race lead, but he just can't get by because Kendall keeps on getting a massive run on the outside lane each time. What about this time by really make it stick? Yes, he does. A massive one again. Great battle for the race lead, but here comes Noah Clifton and Carl Friesen working their way back up to the field. And 3 wide, Friesen lets Brock go by. But Ryan Kendall still out front. Davison sends it though into 3 and 4. Star Calm Racing. Both of their cars are inside the top 3. It has been announced that the 99 car will not race next year in Season 3 of the Rebel Cup Series, and we have a caution. Nathan Stapleton, Christian Focus, Quentin Moore is destroyed. Travis Crampton, Jose Mills, Angel O'Fara, Josephine O'Neill, Josh South. Some chases involved here for this first caution of the day, and that might just end a couple chases' chances at the championship, including Quentin Moore and Josh South. Looks like the 14 either had a problem or just on pit road, but that's huge. But everyone else is going to come down and go in and pit here on lap number 16. And yes, everyone's gonna pit here. But that might be the day over for Quentin Moore in the 96. Is it gonna be the day over? And it is. So Quentin Moore will not make it to the final 4 at Homestead. Oh, contact between Friesen and Lily Hagan, and then Christian Fergus got into him as well on pit road. And now Fergus has a lot of one and damage on that number 24. But it was the number 4 of Ryan Kendall winning the race off of pit road. And with that being said, let's see what happened to bring out the first caution of the day here in the DeWALT 500 and race number 25 on the season for the Red Bull Cup Series. So this is what happened going into turn number 1 and 2. Phaeton got into the 23 of Ace Garcia, and they just washed up the track, got stuck together, and then off of turn number 2, they just got into the outside wall, and there they went. Josh South also gets clipped. Travis Crampton and the 22 gets involved, but then Josh South, he was going to save it until Jose Mills clipped him, and then it's a big hit for Josh South into the outside wall. You see the 24 Focus also get into the 95, and then Walker into the 9. Josephine O'Neill nowhere to go in the 21, and then Quentin Moore nowhere to go into the 21. Makes them go up into the air. Angel O'Fara nowhere to go. And just a huge crash, the big one, here at Phoenix, and it's going to end 2, maybe 3 championship contenders in the hopes at a title. Following along with the number 9 of Josh South. And on board with the number 21 of Jose Mills. Welcome back here at Phoenix Raceway for race number 25 on the season and for the DeWALT 500. Ryan Kendall will lead us back to the green. Wyatt Walker is one lap down. Madison Tall, Josh South, Nathan Stapleton, Jose Mills, Quentin Moore, and the number 38 of Josephine O'Neill are all out in this one early on in the DeWALT 500, and then Christian Vargas, Travis Crampton, and Wyatt Walker all one lap down, so that means that there's 31 cars still on the lead lap here at Phoenix. Ryan Kendall will lead us back to the green, in the DeWALT 500, and Wyatt Walker is really slow in this number 14. Really slow for Wyatt Walker. This is going to hold up everyone, and so is little Travis Crampton here in the number 22. Oh, watch Witt make contact with Mark Davidson, and they almost crashed right then and there. But they keep it straight. Carl Friesen in the number 19, he's in second, but he has a little bit of right front damage in that Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. But here comes Patrick Smith. He's not had a good season at all, but he's trying to sweep the Phoenix races for season number 2. And Eli Bright, he's not had a good season either, but he's working his way up through the field as well. It's been a lot of non-chasers to dominate the chase these last 6 races, and that's the case once again here today. Because the first chaser is not until the 78 of Roger Way, and then the second one is Zachary Toledo in the number 7. But telling you what, Patrick Smith and William Block might be 2 cars that we're going to have to keep an eye out in this race. And Friesen is catching up to the number 4 of Ryan Kendall, but we've seen that all day where people have been able to catch up to him, but no one's been able to pass him. So that's the real question, can anyone not only catch up to Ryan Kendall, but also pass him for the race lead? But here comes Patrick Smith in the number 10, bringing along William Block and Eli Bright. A crazy move from Watch right back there to get by the number 1 of Elijah Gordon. Watch Ray's been really consistent, especially in the chase, been really consistent, and he's in this position where if he keeps up what he's doing, then he will probably make it into the Final 4. And really Hagen is going to come back onto the racetrack with some left side damage. So a tough break for Larry Hagen in the number 43. But right now it's all Ryan Kendall in the number 4 for Stuart Haas Racing. But this series is far from over, not even halfway through the DeWALT 500. Carl Friesen one's wide, but he's still catching up to Ryan Kendall ever so slowly. And here comes Patrick Smith and William Block side by side, and Roger Wade, he's starting to make his way up to the field as well. So I don't know if he took tires or what. I think he did, because he's like 0.3 of a second faster than most of these leaders right now. So watch away might not only make it in on points, but he might win this race. Just have to wait and see. But Wyatt Kendall is going to have to hold off Carter Friesen in the number 19. Not a good season at all this season, but he was really strong last season in that number 1. But Larry Hagan, is he going to let these leaders go by, or is he going to be a handful and a nuisance to Wyatt Kendall? Wyatt Kendall's going to try to get by Larry Hagan in the number 43 right here, but I don't know, Larry Hagan does not look that slow at all. Maybe just a little bit slow, but it looks like, never mind, he just went up the track and let Wyatt Kendall go on by. But now will you let everyone else go on by though? That's the real question. At the line this time by, we will be halfway through the DeWALT 500, well past halfway in the DeWALT 500, and here pretty soon we're going to catch up to some lap traffic of Christian Vargas in the number 24. Halfway through next time by, we will have 30 laps to go in the DeWALT 500, and it's been dominated by the number 4 of Wyatt Kendall. Stuart Haas is just dominant on these mile and a halves. On these mile long racetracks, because at the beginning of the season in race number 3, it was Patrick Smith that won this race, and now Wyatt Kendall was just dominating right now in this number 4. But watch away, he is definitely in the right position to possibly make it into the final 4 as long as nothing happens to him. And there is Christian Vargas in the number 24. He's about a second, 1.4 seconds off the pace. And then Wyatt Kendall's going to catch up to him right here in the number 4. And he should be able to just go on by in the number 4, and he will piece of cake for that number 4, but not the race that Vargas wanted to have in that number 24 color. Lap traffic is going to be a problem all race long. And Wyatt Walker, he's even slower than of what the 24 was, so must be just an engine problem. Cause I think he might be stuck in 3rd gear. I think that's what it is for him. But remember, if we don't have another caution, then we will have green flag pit stops. At least we should have green flag pit stops. So it's far from over here at Phoenix, that's for sure. And now Wyatt Kendall's gonna just zoom on by his teammate, or maybe not. His teammate's gonna fight for it a little bit, but with him being stuck in 3rd gear, he's just gonna let his teammate go by. Then Hagen's gonna go by, but he's a lap down. But now really in block, he's caught up to Carter Friesen in the in the number 19. And pretty much most of the top 10 is veterans. The only rookie inside the top 10 right now is the number 4 of Ryan Kendall. Everyone else inside the top 10 are veterans of the Rebel Cup Series. And oh, Elijah Gordon blows up. Not a good way to end his day. Not a good first impression in the Rebel Cup Series. He crashed and caught some air at Chicagoland, and now he blows up here at Phoenix. Not a good way to end his day for that number 1 Chip Ganassi team. But William Block now in the number 88 trying to pass Carl Friesen for second place. But right now, Ryan Kendall is in the league of his own right now. With 21 laps to go, he has a 1 second gap, and he's been dominant all race long. And now we are catching up to Travis Crampton in the number 22. I think he's also stuck in third gear. And oh, Crampton's gonna block Ryan Kendall there. At least he tried to, but he's gonna let him go on by. Yeah, honestly, I think unless we get a caution or something happens during pit stops for Ryan Kendall, then I think he might win this race. Just no one can stop him. No one can even catch up to him. Oh, nearly some contact between Friesen and Crampton there, but they do keep it straight. And now Friesen and Wyatt has closed up in this battle for second place. There's a great battle for second place between 4 or 5 cars, but the problem is Ryan Kendall is absolutely gone, and that these guys cannot get by Larry Hagan in the number 43. But William Block is now in second. He started third for this race, and he looked really strong early on. So if anyone could catch up to Ryan Kendall, it could be William Block, and that's what he needed to do, was get by the number 43 of Larry Hagan. But Larry Hagan is not going to do what he did with Ryan Kendall and just let them go on by. Still side by side, and you don't want to be side by side here at Phoenix, because whoever's in first will just pull away. But here comes Roger Way in third, and it's gonna be interesting. Looks like William Block will get by, maybe not quite, but he's gonna get help from Roger Way in the number 78, so they should be able to get around this time. And they will, but here's the thing. It's going to be almost a 2.5 second gap with only 13 laps to go. Yeah, and 1.6, almost a 1.7 gap of a lead from Ryan Kendall to only a block, and there's only 13 laps left in the DeWALT 500. But watch away, I've been noticing this entire green flag one that he has probably one of the top 3 best colors. So who knows, maybe Block or Way can close in on Ryan Kendall. But just a dominant performance from Ryan Kendall. Did a 27.1, and yeah, these tires are falling off now. About even now for these guys from first to second. Ryan Kendall 10 laps away from getting his second career win in the Red Bull Cup Series. But the question is, will we have pit stops, and will these guys have to pit again? Watch away is about 2 to 3 tenths faster than Millie Block and Ryan Kendall, but Millie Block keeps on getting the massive one on the outside lane. They pitted on lap 15. So that's about 45, well, that would be about 35 to 40 laps. And there's my answer. When we see pit stops, I think Ryan Kendall is pitting, and yes, there it is. On lap 55, pit stops have begun. Green flag pit stops here at Phoenix in the DeWALT 500. Patrick Smith stays out an extra lap. The money stop for these guys here at Phoenix and in the DeWALT 500. Whoever cycles out as the race leader has a good shot at probably winning this race. Christian Russell stays out. Luke Rain stayed out. Kuklon stayed out. Miller stayed out. And everyone has pitted now. So it's gonna be very interesting. Will it be Patrick Smith, or will it be Ryan Kendall? And it looks like it will be Ryan Kendall in the number 4. And oh! Caution's out. Big hit for it looked like the number 20 and Chris Salvet. And it's not gonna end the race, and Angel Avila is destroyed. That's gonna end his final 4 hopes in the number 18. Hopefully that does not mean that the field is trapped on the tail end. But you know what? I think that might make Lily Hagan the race leader, because he did not pit. Lily Hagan might pull strategy here, because he pitted during that green flag 1. And I think he's going to be the race leader now. The second caution the other day is out, and I think we should go back racing with just a couple of laps to go. So with that being said, let's see what happened to bring out the second caution of the day here in the DeWALT 500 in the Red Bull Cup Series for season number 2. So this is what happened. Travis Crampton, it looked like he was going to come down onto pit road, but Adam Garcia was there to his inside, and they got sideways, they saved it, but Travis Crampton did not like it, and he just turned Adam Garcia into the 32 of Bobby Frazier. So another 2 championship contenders are involved in this crash. It might just be whether the 4 championship contenders that were not involved in these 2 crashes might be making it to the final 4. But then Adam Garcia, he was just trapped. He was stuck, and Angel Rivera nowhere to go into the back end for the number 20. And then Chris Salvet hauled it into the passenger side. Big hits all around for these guys, and we know Angel Rivera is going to be done and not making it to the final 4, but it's going to be interesting to see of what the outcome will be for Bobby Frazier in this one. Following along with the 20 of Adam Garcia. On board with the 51 of Chris Salvet. Here we go. We are set to have a old-fashioned green-white checkered finish here at Phoenix International Raceway. Lily Hagan did decide to go ahead and go on to pit road. So now it's going to be Ryan Kendall, Patrick Smith, Season 1 champion, and the spring race winner here at Phoenix for the Red Bull Cup Series. William Brock in 3rd, Noah Clifton in 4th, Eli Bright in 5th, Zachary Deletto in 6th, Christian Russell in 7th, Ben Crouch in 8th, Luke Wayne in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Sebastian Kukulon. A old-fashioned, green-white checkered. Who will win the DeWALT 500 back green with 2 laps to go? Battle between Mobile 1 cars and Sudas cars. Here comes Patrick Smith to the inside. Can he sweep Phoenix for season number 2? But here comes Noah Clifton as well in the 00. White flag this time by here at Phoenix. Side by side still. Final lap in the DeWALT 500. Does Patrick Smith have anything for Ryan Kendall? Side by side into going into turn 3 and 4. Clifton's there as well. And caution is out, but that doesn't matter. Patrick Smith will sweep Phoenix for the season 2 of the Red Bull Cup Series. And looks like it was for Trey White and the number 15 was the cause for the caution. But with the last lap pass, Patrick Smith is going to sweep Phoenix for season number 2 of the Red Bull Cup Series. Wow, what a finish. What a race here at Phoenix for the DeWALT 500. Before we look at the finishing results, let's see what happened to bring out the 3rd and final caution on the last lap here in the DeWALT 500 and for the Red Bull Cup Series. Honestly, this should not have been a caution, but it was. They went 4 wide into 3 and 4, and then Travis Crampton just turned 2 right in the number 15. And he just stopped on the racetrack. Luckily, these guys were on the last lap, so it didn't matter anyway, but that really should not happen, the caution here at Phoenix. And there you have it. That is it for the DeWALT 500 here at Phoenix and for season number 2 of the Red Bull Cup Series. Congratulations to Patrick Smith on getting a win. And here is the finishing results for the DeWALT 500. Patrick Smith gets the win, sweeps Phoenix for season number 2 of the Rebel Cup Series. Ryan Kendall gets second, Noah Clifton third, William Block fourth, Eli Bright fifth, Christian Russell sixth, Zachary Toledo seventh, Luke Rainey eighth, Ben Crouch ninth, and Andrew Miller rounds out the top 10. 26 cars finished on the lead lap. Nathan Stapleton, Wyatt Walker, Todd Swankman, and Christian Fergus finished either 1 or 2 laps down. And then for Adam Garcia, Chris Salvet, Angel Ovea, Elijah Gordon, Josephine O'Neill, Clinton Moore, Jose Mills, Nathan Faden, and Josh South and Matthew Tall, they all DNF either with a crash or blowing up here at Phoenix and for the DeWALT 500. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching here for the DeWALT 500 and for the Red Bull Cup Series, race number 25 on the season. Next week, we will crown a champion for season number 2 of the Red Bull Cup Series. Who will it be? We just have to wait and see. Coming up next are the regular coming up next are the burnouts for Patrick Smith, the Rookie of the Year points, the full season points, and the playoff points to see who the Final Four are in season number 2 of the Red Bull Cup Series and for the finale. Thank you guys so much for watching. From Phoenix, I'm Nathan Stapleton, aka Endless Racing 42, and I will see you guys next time for the Napa IndyCar Series season finale from Homestead, Miami. Bye!
What doesn't kill me makes me who I am. A soldier fights till he's free. You ain't ready for me. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't ready for me. Stand up, facing the lions. Stand up. Stand up, facing the fire. Stand up. You ain't ready for me. Give me your best shot, the stronger I stand. Not looking for sympathy. What doesn't kill me makes me who I am. A soldier fights till